was a warm summer evening in June 2012 when my life took an unsettling turn. I had always considered myself a typical school teacher, focused on my students and passionate about my work. But something changed, something I can't quite explain, that led me down a dark and strange path. In the weeks before everything happened, I began developing an intense interest in something beyond the ordinary. It started with curiosity about demonic rituals and the occult. It was like an invisible force was pulling me in, making me believe that I needed to rid myself and others of dark forces. I can't say what exactly triggered it, but I felt convinced, almost driven, that something needed to be done. In hindsight, it seems almost delusional, but back then, it felt all too real. I gathered a small group of former students. They were teens, people I had taught and mentored. I told them that they needed to rid themselves of demons that I believed had attached themselves to them. We met near the St. Petersburg Pier just before dusk as the evening sky turned an eerie shade of blue. We gathered around a small fire, and I told the kids they needed to cut their skin to release the evil spirits trapped inside. I was so sure of it, so certain that this would work. As we performed the ritual, things began to spiral. One of the teens, a boy, was having trouble with the flames. When the wind blew the flame out while I was trying to burn his wound, I panicked. Desperate, I poured perfume on his hand and set it on fire. I knew it was wrong, but in the moment, I believed it was necessary. I thought it was the only way to ensure the demons wouldn't return. The ritual became more intense. Another teen was cut on the neck with a broken bottle, and I used a heated key to cauterize the wound. In my mind, it was a desperate measure, a necessary one. But looking back, I can't understand how I allowed myself to think it was okay. It was pure madness. I never thought the police would get involved. It was one of the students' friends who raised the alarm, but none of the kids spoke up at the time. They didn't tell their parents or anyone else. They just went along with it. Maybe they were scared. Maybe they didn't understand what was happening. Maybe they didn't want to get in trouble. But eventually, the truth came out. When the police came to speak to me, they asked what I had been trying to accomplish, but I couldn't give them a clear answer. I didn't even know. In the moment, I thought I was helping, but now I see how wrong I was. The weight of what I had done hit me when the charges came. Aggravated battery and child abuse. Looking back on it, I'm filled with regret. I still can't explain how I allowed myself to go so far down that path. What seemed like a way to help others turned into something horrifying. Now I have to face the consequences of my actions. It was a warning I never saw coming. The line between curiosity and obsession is thinner than we realize.